groceries and gas continuing to cost more, well, this Money Saving Monday, we are taking a look at the art of the side hustle. How to make more to help cover higher bills, or maybe just help you save for that summer vacation. Supplemental income can really help bridge that gap. So Rachel Caballero with True West Credit Union is joining us this morning to talk a little bit about this. So kind of walk us through what we should know about side hustles, because you hear a lot about it. Right away, my mind thinks, okay, Uber Eats or a ride share, but maybe what are some of those things we don't know?
Some of the things that you don't know is taking the hobbies that you love to do and turning them into something that you can make money on.
Oh, that's so true. Where would you go about looking into, okay, maybe I love to sew. How can I make that into a side hustle?
Find out what's popular right now, and then use your social media to promote it. Facebook Marketplace is free. You can go post all your stuff there, whether you crochet little plants that can hang somewhere or crochet, dish towels or something like that. You can always turn those hobbies into money.
Gosh, that's such a good idea. I mean, there are so many people who are paint, right, for a kind of calming effect or something like that. That would be a great idea. Provided it's not, stick figures, but if it's something looking really nice, you're right. Facebook Marketplace would be such a great place. So as far as making that little bit of extra money, right, to kind of help you bridge the gap here, what are some of the pitfalls then we may fall into when we start to get that extra income?
Well, as you know, a lot of people have a regular full-time job. So when they start getting into making those extra dollars, they get burnt out really fast. So that's a big one. Another big one is a lot of people get very excited to start a side hustle. And so they take their savings to go buy all the materials that they're going to need to make all the things. And so that actually takes away from their savings account. So that can be a huge pitfall if it's something pricey.
Yeah, very true as well. And then what do we need to know about kind of taking advantage then of making that extra money and not blowing it?
Yeah. So right now, with prices still increasing, having a side hustle sometimes is dependent or makes a difference in you being able to afford your rent, your groceries, your utilities, things like that. A lot of people use side hustles to get rid of their debt. So it's something that they just put straight towards debt or straight towards an emergency fund. So when you do get that side hustle, I recommend opening an additional savings account and save all of your money there so that it's not mixed in with your regular funds and you're not tempted to spend it.
Yeah, that's such a good point. I mean, because when you have your separate savings accounts, right, then you can really see, okay, here's what I'm working with my main job. I'm 9 to 5, right, kind of, so to speak, and then what your side hustle is bringing in and what you can do. This is interesting. The side hustles can do more harm than good. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe spending more to kind of get it all started up?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then managing multiple income streams. That can be difficult for people, especially maybe you're kind of have a couple of hobbies that you're good at, and maybe you're doing better on one service like Etsy, let's say, than you're doing on Marketplace, and where Marketplace is something else. How do you kind of keep all of those in check and track of them?
You need to manage it. It's going to be very, very important to manage those funds and keep track of where each one is coming in from, and then where you're spending out of. So making sure that you run it kind of like a budget. This is a budget for your side hustle, right?
Yeah, that's very, very true. Are there any side hustles that maybe you kind of don't recommend people do?
I mean, not necessarily. If it's something that you love and something you can make money off of, then get in there, but just start small.
Yeah, start small. You know what? Something interesting, and I'm just curious if you ever talk to people about this, is that hobby that you love to do right away, I think is such a good idea to do as your side hustle. But then what if it becomes not something that's kind of like a labor of love? Now you think of it as like, oh, now this is work that I have to do. How do you suggest you kind of still keep it fun?
Mix it up a little bit. Sit down and decide what you really love about it, and make sure that you still continue to doing the things that you love about it for personal gain. And then maybe you do different aspects for your side hustle.
Yeah, very true. Okay, True West Credit Union, you guys have a lot of services. Where can we go to learn more about them?
We are in the Valley at 8 locations at truewest.org. You can find us.
Okay, perfect. Rachel Caballero, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And I love that idea. Turn your hobby into a side hustle. You already love it. You're already doing it, right? And could earn you a little bit of extra money. Yep.